Hi guys, I'm coming to you from out in the game room. Tonight I wanted to introduce you to a new product that I've come up with that I think you might like. Many of you are probably familiar with the paint racks that I make for GameCraft Miniatures. They're MDF kits that you assemble and then you can store all your paints on them. Well, I was at a convention over the weekend, and one of the products that I brought to sell was the paint racks. And I had a customer approach me and tell me that he really loved the paint racks, but he really wished that there was something to go underneath the racks with maybe like a shelf or a drawer or something to store things, so that while these are on your bench and they're very useful and everything, they do take up a little bit of space. So to get that space back, maybe we could have something underneath with drawers in it, like I said, for storage, so that gets you a little double use out of the same space on your bench. So I came up with a new product based on this customer's suggestion, and this is it here. This is the optional drawer unit that goes under the paint racks. It has two fairly good sized drawers here that slide in and out, and then the paint rack just goes right on top. Whoops. And we get the front lined up right there. So you end up with one very nice little unit that is the existing paint rack with the new drawers underneath. Now this is a separate optional piece that you order and then add to your existing paint racks or paint racks that you're building. So now that you've seen what it is and what it's used for, I'm going to take a couple of minutes just to really quickly go over a couple of notes about putting this thing together. On the GameCraft Miniatures website, on the product listing for this product, there are there's several product photos, but 3 of them are construction photos, and they take you through the 3 basic steps for construction. But there's a couple of things I just want to make sure I make a note of here. When you're building this thing, the first step, of course, is to lay down the base, and then the 3 vertical pieces that go in this way, and then the back. And then once you've done that, you put on the top, and then you put on these 2 little things here. These 2 little tabs here are actually very, very important, and the reason why they're here is so that when you put your paint rack on here, it can't slide either way and then fall off. If those weren't there, which if you can just imagine for a second that this was the top and it didn't have those, and your paint rack was on there, if it moved just a little bit, it could do this. So these little tabs here keep everything in line and keep that from happening. Now, if I was building a paint rack and building it with the optional drawer kit, I would put a bunch of glue on these and glue this sucker right on there so this became one complete unit. You don't have to do that. Just having it sitting on top, it's not going to go anywhere. But I would glue it together and make it all one unit just because I think it would be cooler. The other important note, when you're assembling this, whatever kind of glue you use, you want to be really careful not to get any excess glue in any of these corners, any inside. On the outside, fine, because you can sand that off later, but on the inside, you don't want any glue buildup on any of these corners, because what will happen is these drawers are fairly snug fit, and if they encountered a big old booger of glue in there, they would just stop. So you would have to get in there with a file or something and clean that out. So make sure when you're assembling this, just be real careful to keep your glue nice and neat inside there. And along those same lines, after you get your drawers glued together and before you put the handles on, I highly recommend going around the entire outside with some sandpaper and a sanding block, or electric orbital sander if you have one, and just sand all these outside surfaces really smooth. That'll take care of any glue that's oozed out, take care of any mismatch you might have, and it'll just really help these drawers slide in and out so much easier. That being said, the assembly on this literally just takes a couple of minutes. If you glue it all together with yellow wood glue and then use masking tape to sort of hold it all together until it dries, and then when it's dry, take all the masking tape off and just do a little light sanding on the outside of everything. And like I said, again, on the drawers especially, you'll have a real nice piece that's very durable, and when it's assembled with your paint rack, you'll have that extra little bit of storage space on your desk. I have 5 or maybe I have 6, 5 or 6 of these paint racks on my desk, and each one of them, you know, takes up some space. It takes up a little over 2/3 of a square foot each one. So 6 of them, that's 4 square feet of desk space that I've, you know, sort of lost to paint racks. I don't consider it a loss because it's keeping all my paints organized, but that's 4 square feet of space that it sure would be nice to get back that I could put to use. So that's why these drawers are really cool. Another thing, if you want 2 sets of drawers and then you want your, you know, paint rack up higher, you just use 2 of these, and on the bottom one you don't put the tabs. You'll just put the bottom one underneath and, you know, hopefully probably glue them together, and then you'll have 2, and you'll have 4 drawers, and then put that on top, and there you go. For that matter, you can go as high as you want, I guess. You can get a little crazy and get way up here, and paint rack will be up here. Totally up to you how you want to do it and how many drawers you want, but that'll really get you back some valuable workbench real estate, I hope. So I put these online now, and they're available now. So go to the paint rack section of the website, and you'll find them there. They're the newest product right now, so they'll show up at the top of the list, and they're compatible with all of the paint racks. So whatever size paint racks you have for whatever size bottles, it doesn't matter. The same drawer base will work for whatever racks you have, whether they're already assembled or if you're putting them together now, it doesn't matter. This is, like I said, an already assembled one. Just slips right on there, real nice, and it's ready to go. So I'm going to make about 5 more of these and put them on my workbench and get back some of that space. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this was informative, and I hope this is an idea that you like. I really wish I could remember the guy's name who gave me this suggestion, because I want to kind of thank him. I know I've said this before a million times, and you guys are probably tired of hearing it, but I really do get most of my best ideas from my customers. I can't think of everything on my own. I like to say I can make anything, I just can't think of everything. So if you have any ideas, never hesitate to let me know, and if it's something that I think will sell or something that I think is useful and I have time, I will definitely do it, as I did with this. This here I designed actually at the convention. I got out my laptop and I was so excited about the new idea that I spent a couple hours just sitting there on my laptop and doing the design there. And that's why today, my first day back, it's already a product. So that's kind of neat. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you found this interesting, and I hope if this is something you think you need for your workbench, you'll pick up a couple. I've priced them very fairly, I think, and so you can get, you know, several of them if you need to. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you later.